No matter how much you try to get rid of him, George still lives on, somewhere deep inside you. Or maybe you just couldn't bring yourself to throw away all those days you spent pretending to be our friend. You can call it a character you were playing or a dream, but we all know the life you lived as our friend was real.
As a Jaeger, I took more lives than I can count. It doesn't matter that I did it for the sake of my home. A life is still a life, and that weight stays with you forever. But I know you're strong enough to carry the weight of your own mistakes.
She's right. I mean, remember all that crap I pulled at sea? I was a freaking terrorist, for crying out loud. I'm not hoping to be...
Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to Trails of Cold Steel 4. Last time, George tried to kill himself. With Gargantua having lost any cause for experimentation, Emily and the group sought ways to stop the fighting while the ship was without a captain. The Courageous too responded in kind. Afterward, Sharon and Professor Smith boarded the Courageous 2. Chairman Arena and Gwen decided to find their own way forward with the RF group. Same as always. Trails of Cold Steel 3 had the best emotional tracks, like this one. And 4 has some real good ones as well. It's what makes me think, like, how can people dislike Cold Steel 3's soundtrack? Even 4 is still
Everyone,
good.
I apologize for all the trouble I've caused you. As Sharon, a humble servant of the Rhineford family, please allow me to join you.
Welcome back, Sharon. Good to have you with us again. That look really does suit you. I do believe I agree, my lady. I thought I'd never see another day where I could wear these clothes. We're happy to have you, Sharon. Welcome back. And is your injury doing okay? I don't imagine anyone could stop a Zalbersola and come away unscathed. Oh, it was just a light wound, really, and it's already been treated, so please, do not worry. Though, I'm afraid it's not likely to recover in... I'm afraid it's not likely to recover in time for me to join you at our next destination. The Draco Shrine Sanctuary. That's where the boss is waiting for us. The Hamel barrier has vanished completely. If we go now, I expect we'll be able to reach our destination. Still, why'd they go out of their way to move it there? I don't understand it either. Have you heard anything, Professor?
I'd rather avoid idle speculation, as this is well outside my area of expertise. However, it's clear this is a function of the rivalries. The sanctuaries may include some matter mechanism that enables them to relocate to places dense with mana. Beyond that, I neither know nor care.
Anyone ever told you you're a real piece of work, old man? Just when I thought we'd gotten ourselves someone who could fill us in on the workshop, he turns out to be useless. Now, the professor has graciously agreed to our technical advisor for the Courageous 2. We're waiting for George to get in touch with more info concerning the workshop, right? I have a message from him, incidentally for you and the others, Your Highness. He says he's sorry. Well, considering he's the reason we're alive right now, he owes us no apology. In fact, we should be thanking him. Yes, he went against both the Black Workshop and Cedric. Do you think he's going to be okay on his own? Yeah, no need to worry about him. He promised he'd come back to help us after all. And he's always been a terrible liar. True enough. He's a talented guy, but lying just ain't in his toolbox. A lot has happened, though. I'm sure there are also those who feel differently, of course. But personally, I'm happy George has finally come back to us. Instructor Tella. Yeah, I feel the same way. At any rate, we've passed this particular test. I'd like to take a breather, but... Right. But the real battle starts now. Fee, are you ready? Yep, just say the word. Can't keep the boss waiting. At long last, a second rivalry, continuing on from Crow. Well, I'm not sure if we can persuade the Jaeger King or not, but all we can do is try. And you can bet I'm coming too. I'm not about to sit on my ass while you tramp-see around my home turf. I definitely didn't say that right. I'm going too. As a Dominion, I'd like to check in on the state of the shrine. I'd like to depart as soon as possible, but we need to make our preparations, or make sure our preparation is perfect first. We're not far from Palm right now. We could drop in there too, I suppose. Just let me know whenever you're ready to head to the shrine. Well, the only thing this leaves me is to make my actual team. No extras for this one, sadly. I mean, I could change it if I so chose, but... Anyway, people are obviously, we have new stuff in Parm. Okay, so we need to do a small bit of rounds, it seems. Hold on.
Now...
Well,
And that's
no
the
surprise
power
Really?
of love.
Sharon's not up in this.
of course, diligence
You
is
ain't
its own
seen
reward.
nothing yet.
Yeah, just like that.
You
Yeah,
ain't
just
seen
like
nothing
that.
yet, and that's the power of
Okay.
love.
No surprise
see.
there.
Don't have anything there. I'm gonna go ahead and just do stuff in Parm. Oh, hold up. It's about right. Well, I don't know. This lady first visited Parm 4 months ago. She was with her boyfriend, then he got drafted into the army. Thank you for coming a long way to my shop again, especially considering the circumstances. Everything but the manager's residence I'll go into. Canton came up to help me and offered his help. Bertrand would never believe it if I told him. When he returns home and sees his son diligent at work, he'll faint from the shock. Welcome. Hey, it's Canton, right? You're helping out here today. Yep, I'm taking care of the place today. I'm gonna work hard until my dad comes back. Canton was really sad, but he's better now. I'm gonna help him out too. I'm carrying dishes and cups. People are definitely out pretty long again today, which is kind of a real surprise when I didn't think we I didn't think we had anything they could be going out to buy. The boss had to leave to serve in the army as an engineer. Oh wait, you're just a young engineer? Who? I don't care for you. Welcome. I've had a lot on my mind since Jerome was drafted, but I can't let that get me down. I have to keep this place running until he's back, after all. The giant battleship has vanished. Maybe that's part of their strategy. But they're starting some operation. I wish they issued us a warning. Mm-hmm. You can see bluish light over where the footpath is. Hammel's that way. Something strange seems to be afoot in that town again. When is it not? Canton was a bit upset, but he should be fine for the time being. What worries me, though, is the eerie aura shrouding Hamel recently. Wait a minute. Yeah. If possible, I wish that place could be left in peace. What was all that ruckus outside? I wonder if something's happened again. More and more men are being drafted, which is already hard enough on their families. I hope nothing else happens on top of all this. The private home is all that's left. My husband didn't immediately tell me that he got his draft card. They must have heard he's terrifically dexterous, because they want him as a mechanic. But mechanics put their life on the line too. Don't call me unpatriotic, but I'm still worried about him. Gotta finish as much work as I can while I'm still here. Pisses me off that they're forcing us to leave Parm. What do we do to deserve this? Damn. Oh shit. Anyway. Let's check around. Hi, Irene. So we're finally headed to the next rivalry. Try not to overthink it. Just face it head on like last time. I recommend staying up here on deck for a while. The fresh air is rather, invigorating. That's true. Maybe it'll help clear my head a little. Human technology has come a really long way. To think they managed to make something this big fly so fast. I've heard that during medieval times, witches traveled using artifacts that look like the modern broomstick. Flying like that used up a lot of mana too. If only they could see us now. Witches on brooms, huh? So that part of the old fairy tale is true. I kinda wish I could see that. Just be like, hey Emma, could you ride on the broom?
The next generation from ZCF seems to be running without issue, and there seem to be no compatibility issues with the mainframe art design with my casual interest. Careful consolation? However, because it was coupled together so quickly, I already see maintainability issues. I am a foolish old coot.
Right, Mint, Pablo, and I have been... Oh boy. Sneezed? I don't know. No. And I have been doing our best to keep the system working. Professor, maybe now that you're here, could you...
I hope you're not about to ask me to do work for you. This problem with maintainability has piqued my interest, but I'll have nothing to do with anything beyond that. And as we work, you may want to task your friends in military finance with writing up a manual.
I'm on it. You really do think of everything, Professor Smith. Yeah, and you're always looking out for everyone too.
Don't get the wrong idea. The advice I give is founded on logic, nothing more. Now, if you have time to talk, you have time to work. Get to it.
Of course, right away.
As for you, young man, I think we can dispense with any pleasantries. Time is precious to me. I don't have the luxury of wasting it in conversation.
Alright, I'll get out of your hair. Be sitting here like, young man. Who the hell do you think you are? I'm Reen Swarzer. That Meister is quite the interesting one. Not many would suggest hand-washing us. I know what you mean. By the way, like Valimar said earlier, it really lightens the body and mind. I'm looking forward to it. Next up is the second rivalry. Finally. Valimar, Milliam, I'm gonna need your help again. Alright guys, it's time to get Operation Divine Knights / Panzer Soldat Scrub Down underway. I'll take care of Valinor. Gustav, you take Draki and Heck. Pablo, you get Kess and Gelly. Of course, Miss Mint. Gelly? Oh, the Spiegel. I thought you named that one Speepus. I did, but it didn't really work for me, so I changed it to Gelly. No bother. For all her foibles, Mint really does get along with the students. I can just do this. That's a lot of people there. We'll start this way. Lucky for us, the military has in place too many restrictions on music broadcasts. With them shutting down entertainment programs left and right, this is our best option for giving the citizens a little courage. When you put it that way, how can I refuse? Where are we doing the recording? Radio Trista? Yeah, Director Michael gave us the okay, so we can use the radio whenever we want. There was one other thing. I've been looking for someone to compose a new theme song for my radio drama. What do you say, Elliot? I want the special we've got coming up to really feel like something new. So that's what this is all about. Sure, why not? I can see how serious you are about this. You're the best, Elliot. Monk really does know how to work people. Still, I can't wait to find out what kind of theme song Elliot comes up with. The radio special is shaping up to be pretty, special. Oh boy. So, Titania, what do you think? Which is the dormant force on a clock face? The hour hand or the minute hand? Let me think. Well, the minute hand moves a lot faster. It's the one turning the hour hand, so maybe that's the one in charge? A fine answer, but the way I see it, it's the other way around. The hour hand mostly stays put. It lets the minute hand wear itself out, chasing after the brief moment when they touch. It may look docile, but deep down inside, it's a lavish with little tease. Oh, I never would have thought of it like that. What the hell kind of conversation did I just stumble into? Reading alone, Ash? Funny and a bit tough to join in on Dorothy and Tatiana's conversation, despite being in the literature club yourself, I take it. I don't know. What's it look like to you, wise guy? Anytime I bring up a book, they start going on about how I don't look the type or some shit. Then Dorothy ends up pinching her nose. Sheesh, kinda makes me think I might get better if she has passed out from the blood loss. I see. In that case, maybe you should just keep your distance for now. For everyone's safety. Is that the uniform you wore while you were helping out St. Ursula's, Valerie? I hadn't seen it before. It really suits you. It doesn't really matter if it suits me or not. It really does though, Valerie. But maybe that's because of how well you suit the job. You're always such a big help and have such a great eye for detail. Well, she's an excellent observer. So it only makes sense. I'm proud of you, Valerie. You've really come into your own. Thanks, I guess. Thanks again, Altina. Don't mention it.
Oh, what's all this about?
I've been trying to set something up so I can do a feature on the Imperial Army. Their PR manager's not too hot on the idea, though. 2 minutes into an interview and he shuts me right down. But there's a way to get around everything, and who better to ask for advice than our resident former intelligence division agent.
So basically, you've given Altina to dig up dirt. You're getting Altina to dig up dirt on the PR office.
I prefer to think of it as creative research. I no longer have access to the intelligence division database, but I was able to find something in the archives that could help. In return, Vivi made me this hot cocoa.
Vivi, please don't corrupt my students.
Alright, here's the stuff you ordered. So that's Gangsta Mishi, Sister Mishi, and Jailtime Mishi. Everything look alright? Hell yeah, they're finally here. I'm glad I could snap up all the limited editions merch before it disappeared. But it kinda makes me wish I could just get them at the plushie store in Leeds like I used to. Ah, this sucks. Even you actually get it sometimes, huh? That's my chance to get in good design there. You know, I could get you some more of these if you're interested. I got a whole handy business network. Imagine it's just as good as those underground roads of yours. For real? You do that for me? Well, I could really use some Kagru merch, like the Kagru dagger and the Kagru shuriken. Thing is, they never shipped into the Empire, so they go for the small fortune at the auctions. Good luck tracking them down. You could have picked something a wee bit easier.
Becky and Jingo really are cut from the same cloth.
Is it true you're gonna fight the big boss of Zephyr?
Yeah, do you know the Jaeger King?
Of course I do. Zephyr's one of Mama's regular clients. I met old Rector when I was little. I don't know what he's up to now, but he's always been one to stick his nose in some shit anyone else would avoid like the plague. So I'm assuming that's what's up. If you're gonna go head to head with Rector, it's kill or be killed.
I'm not sure if you're trying to dissuade me from it or encouraging me to try my best. Either way, it's something that has to be done, and we intend to win.
Maybe you've got it in you to defeat Rutger after all. Make sure you're prepared. Might as well buy supplies from me. What if I don't want to?
I got some good stuff. Wanna buy something? Wanna buy something? Come on,
Shut
buy
the
some
fuck
more.
up.
You're helping out Becky's shop, Stark. We'll be working with her a lot. But are you sure? But are you getting a lot out of it?
Yes, absolutely. I'm learning so much. Becky's network has provided us with massive assistance during all this.
I see. But you know, if we're talking about networks, you've got a lot of connections too.
Thanks, but any connections I've got on the Jirai side are entirely thanks to my family. Looking back on it, I'm very glad I've built connections with so many independent businesses during our field exercises. So Instructor, since you're here, and all, how about picking up a little something for later? Like Becky always says, you kinda spell Zemuria without Mira. I recommend you keep it flowing by contributing to our operations, Heroine the Courageous too. Heroine.
You're quite the businessman yourself.
Here to stock up?
Here to stock up. Here to stock up. Here to stock up. Here to stock up.
You know where to find me.
You know where to find me. Things have been kind of blah lately. I feel like we're wasting our youth. Kurt, you gonna get a girlfriend anytime soon or what?
Or what? Is a good question. Don't you think we have more important things to worry about right now?
Dude, you'll never get any action if you let stuff like that bother you. In fact, now's a better time than ever. I mean, really, love burns stronger in the face of adversity, man. Get a clue. Just look at Ash. He and Tatiana are doing great. They're not letting the end of the world get to them. Can't believe I'm still single. At least if you were a girl, I could fool people into thinking we were a couple.
I'm going to pretend you didn't just say that.
Besides, if I were a girl, I doubt I would put up with you long enough for us to spend any time together.
It's weird to see Cindy looking so downhearted.
Things have really changed. Our days in the tennis club feel like a lifetime away. Yeah, I don't think I've even picked up my racket for at least a month. Did you get a chance to go swimming in Ordisweo? I took a couple of dips, yeah. But I've got to admit, even with the ocean, I kind of missed the school pool. No waves, no buoyancy, and there's that smell of Charlotte in the water. Everything's worse, but that smell has some charm, you know? I very much do. Right, going swimming's not the same unless you get that smell. How to get over a wall in your training, huh? Well, one way is just forget about it for a while. Taking a break can help you give a new perspective on things. A break? Right. Even I set aside some time to read or play chess or drink coffee now and again. It can really help. Let's see, I know you're in the swimming club, but do you have any other interests outside of that? Apart from training and club activities, you mean? Socializing donations, or soliciting donations for worthy causes, perhaps? I mean, that's an excellent use of your time, but I was thinking more like a hobby, something you do to relax. First Sydney, now Wayne. There must be something about Marcus that makes people go to him for advice. Who'd have thought that the hot-headed know-it-all I met way back when someday became such a great mentor? Hey guys, how's it going in here? Great. We were just talking about a shared acquaintance of ours. Father Wazzy, one of my fellow Dominions. Oh yeah, he works with the special support section sometimes, right? We only found out about Wazzy being in Dominion during the Crossbell incident. It's hard to think of him as Father Wazzy, to be honest. To me, he'll always be the gang leader of the Testaments. Wait a minute. Yeah. You gotta admit, though, he always had that air of mystery to him. Just when you thought he was in the middle of a gang war, and you find him pouring drinks in a back alley bar. Sounds like a real character. He hides it well, that's all I can say. Whenever I saw him in Arteria, he always acted like a model citizen. And you're really Margreta? Of course. Who would go to the trouble of impersonating me? I may have slimmed down a little, but my inner beauty still shines through, don't you think? It's more dazzling than ever. Hey, nice work, Margreta. Did you come up with another new diet food? Indeed, though it tears one's stomach up with such ferocity, I honestly couldn't recommend it to an average way person. But you should be fine, Freddy. You've cultured enough palate that it shouldn't be a problem. Oh cool, I'd love to try it sometime. But there'd be nothing left of you but skin and bones. Margreta and Freddy together are a guaranteed recipe for chaos. Yep. We've already up to the second rivalry. I guess Rufus is going to get his turn sooner or later. Rufus is the Arc Knight's Awakener, huh? That thing's got some top-of-the-line specs. Even the Divine Knight standards, it's got the potential to be a real pain in our ass. I see. Black aside, it makes sense that the strongest. Oh my god. But the strongest Divine Knights would be golden. And silver and color, I guess. That's what Ordine says, anyhow. But you can't rule out the skill of the Awakeners. Rufus is a master of court fencing. Then you have the battle-hardened Jaeger. Yeah, Sever's got a reputation for being one of the toughest Jaeger Corps around. Their fighting styles may be different, but he could probably go toe-to-toe with the Steel Maiden any day. Probably, yeah. Sheesh, it's only the second round and things are ramping up already. We haven't exactly had time to ease into things up till now. We've just gotta face every new challenge as best we can. No backing down. Seems we'll get a special scene when we go in there. Hi, Elisa. Got Sharon serving you tea again already. We agreed this could be her penance for making us all worry so much. No one can bring out this flavor like you, Sharon. I've missed it. I'm always pleased to be of assistance. Would you care for a cup too, Reen? The leaves are harvested in summer to give the tea a smooth, full-bodied flavor. Sounds good, but I'll pass. I figure you two could use some time to get reacquainted. Take good care of Elisa, Sharon. Always. I'm not really as delicate as you all seem to think I am. All the same, thank you, Reen. I see. Oh wow, looks like the tea ceremony club is back together. But where'd you get the Tatami maps? We brought them over from the club room back at the branch campus. They would have gone to waste just sitting in storage. So we took the liberty of picking them up and doing it during our last mission. How resourceful of you. Would you like to join us, instructor? I appreciate the invitation, and it does look like a lot of fun. But I'm sure you guys have a lot of catching up to do. I don't want to get in the way. Shame, perhaps another time then. Dun dun. Dun 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 dun. Are you sure about this fee? Shouldn't you be conserving your energy? It's fine. I need to get some exercise or I won't be able to relax. That's great and all, but don't go too nuts. The way I said it, but don't go too nuts. Oh.